Welcome back to Everyman's Fantasy for Week 7. I'm Liam.
And I'm Ty.
And we're going to get started right away with quarterbacks this week.
This week we're going to talk about Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Matt Hasselbeck. Why don't you start with Eli?
Alright, Eli played against the 49ers last week. Looked really good. Going against a not good defense of the Redskins. 24 points for Eli. Definite start.
Aaron Rodgers, another definite start. He had 6 touchdowns last week against the Texans, going against a much weaker defense in St. Louis. Expect him to have a ton of points.
Keep in mind, Rodgers did get hurt though last week, and he is questionable for this week. Hasselbeck, first time in the top 10 for this veteran. He's been in the league for so long, and with Jake Locker looking to start the year, he came in, replacement, not going to look too good, but Hasselbeck, 17 points this week, pretty good for him.
How about on to the running backs?
Matt Forte, first time, 100% healthy. He can get the ball in the end zone, though Michael Bush might get most of the goal line carries. Going against Detroit, who did have a decent week last week, so Forte, 19 points.
Another running back, CJ Spiller. Expect him to have a pretty big week against Tennessee. I mean, he's had a good year. Started off real strong with, a 28-point week. Looking good. I expect him to do pretty well.
Ahmad Bradshaw. Nobody expected him from the start of the season, but he looked good 2 weeks in a row, and now I'm saying keep him. I know I was saying try to trade him before, but he's a definite keeper. Going against the Redskins, 16 points for Bradshaw. Tossing the ball to wide receivers.
Megatron, finally looking good. Expect him to have about 16 points this week against Chicago. He's going to probably get most of the catches.
All right, Victor Cruz. They can't keep him out of the end zone. He's one of the leading scorers in the NFL right now, and going against Redskins' horrible pass defense. I wouldn't be surprised if he got more than 16 points this week.
That's 3 players from the Giants. That's pretty impressive. How about to another receiving position, tight end?
Where's my tight ends? All right, you go.
All right, Jason Witten, finally being Jason Witten of old. First time that he's here in the top 10 for fantasy points. I'm pretty impressed. He's going to do pretty well this week. How about Gresham?
Jermaine Gresham, big week last week, over 10 points. That's good for a tight end usually. So look for Gresham to have another big week this week with 9 points. Not as good as last week, but still pretty good. How about Dustin Keller?
Dustin Keller, his first week back from his injury. Expect Sanchez to look for him, if Sanchez even plays. You don't know. Now to the flip side of the ball, defenses. The Niners are up there again.
That's a surprise because last week the Giants tore him up. So, I mean, Seattle tonight, I mean, it's going to be pretty close, but I'm going to say they're going to get 10 points. How about Texans after getting beat up by Rodgers last week?
I don't know. Texans, they did have a rough week last week, as Liam just said. They're always a solid defense. Expect them to do pretty well, but unfortunately they're at the bottom of our list. It's only 7 points projected.
Because Brian Cushing, notably out for the year with a torn ACL. If you guys didn't know that. All right, how about kickers?
Lawrence Tynes. Expect Eli and Giants to get into the end zone a lot. He'll have quite a few extra points, and maybe they'll get stopped by the Redskins somehow, and he might kick a field goal or two.
13 points for Tynes. Now, on to the injuries for this week. Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, 6 touchdowns last week. I mean, you can't ask for much more, but he's got a hurt calf this week, but keep him in your lineup. I mean, you can't get better than 6 touchdowns, so even though he's questionable, I keep him in.
Another scary one, Trent Richardson. Always a big fantasy performer. Questionable for this week with the rib injury.
He did have to leave the game last week, so I would watch out for Richardson. Sanchez. Last week, Mark Sanchez actually looked pretty good, so I'd keep him in your lineup if you have him. Not many people do, but I mean, if somebody has a bye or something, you want to start him, he's probable with a back injury. All right, how about some trading block? Who's some people you'd like to trade? Andre Brown. Tell me a little about him.
Yeah, Brown, you should look to trade him if you even have him. Bradshaw, again, he's looking good. We told you to trade him last week, but really, trade Brown, keep Bradshaw. He's going to stay strong. How about Jackie Battle?
Jackie Battle was doing good in the beginning of the year, but Ryan Matthews has finally returned to his original form, the first-round pick they thought they were getting. Battle used to be doing well on the goal line. Now everything's Matthews. I mean, San Diego's offense was sputtering in the second half last week, but still look for Jackie Battle. Try to get something for him. Now on to this week's picks.
We got Titans versus Bills. Who do you have?
I have Buffalo. I didn't expect them to beat Arizona last week, but they showed they could play with the best, and I accept them to keep running rolling. How about you?
No doubt Buffalo's going to win this one. I think since CJ Spiller's been strong, they have no chance of losing right here. How about Texans Ravens?
That's a good matchup. Both 5-1. I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore.
I gotta agree with you on that one. Partially because Ray Rice is on my fantasy team, but also that they do have a stronger offense than the Texans, and their defenses, frankly, are evenly matched. But the Texans did lose Brian Cushing.
All right, what's the next one?
We got Colts Browns.
Colts looked bad last week, and the Browns actually look pretty good. I'm gonna go with the upset pick here, the Browns.
I'm going with the Colts on this one. I think Andrew Luck, Coby Fleener, they're going to connect this week, especially Andrew Luck and Reggie Wade. I think the Browns just don't have a strong enough defense to stop an elite quarterback like Luck.
All right, keep going. Who's next?
Panthers Cowboys.
That's a good one too. We have a lot of good matchups this week.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Carolina. I think Cam Newton's finally going to get his head on straight and start playing. Dallas, I think last week was better for them, but they still lost. So look for Carolina to win this one.
I don't know. I kind of think Dallas is going to win this one. I think Romo might not throw a couple picks this week. He might get into the end zone for their team. But I think Dez Bryant is going to have a big week this week.
Yeah. All right. Here, let's go faster now.
Rams Packers.
Packers.
Completely agree with that one. Vikings Cardinals.
Vikings. I thought the Cardinals were unbeatable in the beginning of the year. I thought Vikings were too. Well, I thought the Vikings were bad, then they were good. But that's a good matchup. Vikings, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say Cardinals on that one. They did start it off strong, and I think they're gonna bring it back this week against the Vikes. How about Bucks Saints?
Saints. Saints are gonna start turning on. They're gonna get better.
Told you. Giants Skins.
Giants all the way.
No doubt with that one. Jaguars Raiders.
Those are like the two worst teams. Oakland.
Oh, Oakland.
I have to go with Oakland.
I don't know. Jaguars have one thing that Oakland doesn't, and that's Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Jets Patriots.
Patriots.
No doubt.
All the way.
I had the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Just saying. But Steelers Bengals.
Steelers. Bengals.
Don't even tell me you had to think about that one. Steelers.
Steelers, yeah.
Lions Bears.
Lions.
Ooh, I have the Bears.
Megatron's gonna keep on rolling.
I do think
they did look good against
Lions,
the fourth quarter last week in
yes.
Philadelphia.
I think Lions are gonna do good, but I have the Bears winning this one.
All right. Just some notable buys for this week, so you know who to start and who to sit. Eagles, Chargers, Falcons, and Dolphins. Some big players like Sean McCoy, Ryan Matthews, Matt Ryan, and Reggie Bush.
All right, thank you for watching this week. Hope to see you next week.
All right, I'm Liam.
I'm Tyler. We're out.